Welcome back to another tutorial. Today we're going to be discussing how you can use CodeDev specifically when you are building in Lovable. We're going to be covering how to create prompt using CodeGuide. We're going to be using how to input that prompt into Lovable, and more importantly, how to get the most out of your Lovable build. The focus for today will be building a business idea that Greg Eisenberg shared a few days ago on S, more specifically at the beginning of the month on December 8th. And that is a YC request for startups for winter 2025. We're going to be building one of the business ideas that he included out there. And if you want to see the whole video and see exactly how we go step by step, stay tuned because this video will be a step by step from beginning to end on how we're going to build this tool. Now, before we continue, I will encourage you to like this video if you like this type of videos. It really helps me reach more people out there, and subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost you anything, but it goes a long way. With that being said, let's jump into the build and let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. Before we jump in, I figure I'd give you a behind the scenes on how I go about finding business ideas. And Greg Eisenberg is really good at sharing some business ideas that have a lot of potential. Whether you're watching him on YouTube, listening to him on his podcast, or following him on S, there are many ways that you can find business ideas just by listening to Greg Eisenberg. So I will encourage that you follow him, but otherwise, I will show you. This is the post that I was referencing earlier, just a few minutes ago, and we're going to be building this one right here, creating tools that help people run local service business. Now, with that being said, what I did is I crafted a simple prompt into Gemini, and I asked to brainstorm 15 software business ideas for that specific use case. And it came up with 15. Out of the 15, I chose number 5. We're going to be building a route optimization software to help businesses with most efficient routes for the employees, saving time and fuel costs. This is probably more likely to be used by service businesses like construction, landscaping, and the likes. So we're going to take this and we're going to go to CodeGuide, and we're going to explain exactly what it is that we want to achieve, and we will go from there. So we're going to create a new project, and I want to build a route optimization software that will help businesses plan the most efficient routes for the employees, saving time and fuel costs. We're going to refine this, and we're going to let it go through the whole process. And we're going to go into the next step. And now, once we're on the next step, we're going to uncheck the ones that I had checked by default. And we're going to only leave Lovable checked because that's the one that we're going to be building with today. I'm going to click on next step. We're going to let it run its course. And now it has some questions. I will answer them and I will come back and talk about the answers for them. All right, so I answered every single question, whether it was an AI answer or an answer myself. So for those that I wanted to be really specific, I answered myself. For those that I didn't really care that much, I let the AI answer for me. So most of the answers are answers. You can do one of 4 things. Number 1, you can type your answer and be as specific or as vague as you need to be. It's up to you. Number 2, you can skip the question if it's irrelevant. So like the timeline is not relevant in this case. So I just skip it. Number 3, you can record yourself and it transcribe for you. So if you are more of a verbal person rather than writing, it might be easier to record yourself and let the system transcribe for you. And number 4, you can let the AI answer for you and it write an answer based on what you have already written before. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on next step. And here it will give you a summary of what you have written. So the initial prompt, if you remember, we wrote the initial prompt and then we enhanced the prompt with the AI. So it wrote quite a few things. Then it will give you a summary of the answers that you have provided, and then it will lead you to generate the outline. Now, you can still edit the responses and edit the tools that you're going to be building with. It's up to you. But at this point, like as long as you had put in the work for it, then there should be no reason why you need to edit them, but you can if you need to. Now, really important here, the app flow, we're going to leave it as it is because this is not a tool that I'm building for myself, but uh, just a demo. But if you need to, if this app flow doesn't make sense, you can prompt the system to regenerate. I'm going to leave it as it is because it's not that important to me. Here are the documents that it will generate. You can add custom documents for the system to generate. We're not going to do that today. We're going to create the docs, and now you need to generate them one by one. Something that I wish was a little bit better in this system is I wish that the system would generate them by themselves rather than me having to click one by one. But that's a minor thing that I have to deal with. While we're doing this, if you like this tool and you want to try it, I would say there is no free trial for this tool. It costs $29 per month. And in my opinion, it saves time and money because it optimizes the prompt and then you don't have to go back and forth with the AI saving, in this case, lovable messages because the system will get things right a little bit more often. So to me, that's worth it, but I will let you determine whether or not this tool is worth it for you or not. The biggest advantage is that it's easier for you to get exactly what you want on the first try, saving you from frustrations and saving valuable messages that you get from these AI tools. If you like it, I will leave down a link below. It's my affiliate link, and I will generate a commission from your purchase. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really helps me continue growing the channel and generating more videos as I would have a source of income. So now we are on the second to last, and we're going to finish generating this. At this point, if you need to generate any other custom document, you can still do so here, but we're not going to do that. So right now it's generating this document. Now to the last one. I'm going to let it finish. And once it's done, we're going to download them all. All right, now that it's done, we're going to download them all and we're going to go into the next steps. This is new. So we're going to see. All right, we're going to go into the download file. We're going to open it. And we're going to take the project requirements. We're going to scroll all the way down and we're going to add the app flow. And now we're going to copy it all and we're going to go into Lovable and we're going to paste it. Now we have pasted that into the prompt. We're going to send it and we're going to prepare the rest of the documents. Let's make sure that is okay. Yep. And what we're going to do is we're going to add all of them into one file, and that one file will be added into the knowledge option, Lovable. And that will help keep it on track. Now, all of these documents, they can be edit it. So if you have the time, you can sit down and edit every single aspect of it. Ideally, you would have spent the time looking at it before it's downloaded, before it's generated, but this is a demo project, so I am not too worried about it. I'm going to let it finish generating because we don't have to alter what it's doing for now. So right now it's generating a landing page and a login page, a dashboard with metrics, basic route planning interface, integrating map components, and responsive navigation. We're going to open this on a different page. And here we have it. So this is the preview. So right now, nothing is working. We only have a few things here and there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, make sure that I have copied everything. And we're going to go into the settings, manage knowledge, and we're going to paste the whole prompt that we got. And just to give you an overview of what we produce in CodeGuide, which you can also do by going here and reading it. Perhaps this is easier to read, so to read it from here. So we're going to be using Nest.js. We're going to be integrating with real-time traffic data to actively optimize route plans and enhance navigation. We're going to do that using Mapbox here in a moment. We're going to be using user management functionality for employees, allowing customizable schedules and profile updates, analytics dashboard, notifications and alerts, integration with GPS for live tracking and route adherence. So we got everything that we need here. These are the core features. You can also add any other core features that you might need by typing here, because this is an editor similar to Notion. Yeah, you can add basically anything there. Additionally, you can add custom instructions and prompt the system to update these instructions itself based on specific instructions that you might have. We're going to save it. And again, I encourage you to go and try it and see whether or not it's worth it for you. I will also be sharing the link for you to remix this project. So if this is something that you would like to do, I will share the link down in the description below. And if you don't have a Lovable account, then again, there will be an affiliate link in the description below. All right, the second thing we're going to do is we're going to create a new project on Supabase. We're going to change the project name here to Route Optimization. And we're going to create a new project. While it's doing that, so it's going to take a few moments to initialize the project setup. We're going to go back to Lovable. And we're going to ask to create the dashboard, the routes screen. And let's go back to Supabase. It's still setting up. This might take a little bit, but we're going to see how it goes. All right. It looks like it's good to go. So what I'm going to do is to come back here and we're going to let it run. So it's taking a moment. I got an error. We're going to let it fix the error so we can make sure that we are moving forward exactly how we expect it to go. All right, it's working. So we're going to take a look at the table editor. There's nothing here. I'm going to show you exactly how it gets created. So let's give it a moment. All right, so we're going to add another organization to Lovable. we're going to authorize Lovable. And this is just because I just created a brand new account for Supabase because you only get 2 free projects per account. So I had to do that. And we're going to connect the route optimization. We're going to hit connect. And now it's connecting it. So while it's doing that, I'm going to craft the next prompt. So I need the database to include the following user, which is the E and first name, last name, profile image, employee ID, email address, phone number, cost address, latitude, longitude, and link to the customer. And then here, customer first name, last name, phone number. So a mini CRM, address, and the address itself. And then jobs, customer, address, job type, and then we're going to date and time. Schedule is set. We're going to send this so it can be created on Supabase. Now, the cool thing is that all the prompt that we created on CodeGuide and got added to the knowledge. Basically, that's defining the project specific rules and guidelines, set the coding style preference, and include standard documentation or style guide. So basically, this is defining exactly what the system needs to be doing as we're going through the whole process. So right now it's thinking we just need to give it a moment and allow it to create exactly what we need. All right, these instructions were updated, so perhaps that's one of the reasons why it's taking a little bit longer. All right, so now that it's done creating the database, we're going to apply these changes and let it go through. And basically what that is going to do is, if you recall on the database, it was completely empty. And now we got some items added as I requested: the customer profiles, the customer address, the jobs, and customers. I'm sorry. The profiles for the users, and then the jobs and the customer addresses, as well as the customers. They have been added and they're all linked together. So we're going to go back to Lovable and we're going to take one of their recommendations and we're going to send it. And once we do that, we're going to add Mapbox so we can start seeing a little bit better what we're dealing with. All right, so now that we have integrated the username password, I'm going to ask to integrate Actually, before we do that, rather than doing that, we're going to take a look at the routes page. We're going to sign up. Actually, once the user sign up, redirect to index page. So we don't need, I forgot to turn off the authentication portion on Supabase, which we can do right now for authentication. Mm, 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 mm. We'll to disable this. All right, and then we're going to go to authentication, providers, email, and we're going to turn off the confirm email. And we're going to, all right, so should be good. Now we're going to go back to here. Right, there's an error. So we're going to fix that error and allow to go through process. So let's take a look and see. Because Supabase is configured over there. When so we should okay. So since I disabled that, that caused the error. Seems okay. Huh. Email authorization settings. Pretty sure that's what we did. Let's see. Confirm email is disabled. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the database. Table. Going to delete this user. And we're going to create it again. We're going to let it freeze because I didn't read before doing that. But basically here we're going to refresh this page. Perhaps it's not going to load correctly until it's done. I'm fixing the error. But we're going to let it go through the motions and it's going to tell me it cannot fix it. Yeah, the error is that the email is not confirmed. That's fine because we have already fixed that on our own. And now you don't have to go into the backend on Supabase. What the heck? All right, so we already have a profile settings page. We already have a route page. Okay. On the routes page, make sure we are using Mapbox. Going to dismiss that error. Sometimes it happens. Right, so the app encounter an error. I don't know what it was, but and even though I said that, it has already integrated Mapbox into it. So we just need to We're going to go to Mapbox. We're going to create a project route optimization, and we're going to create token. We're going to copy the token, and we're going to paste it into route optimization. We're going to paste it into this project once it prompts me to do it. It's a really easy mess. All right, so it's going to add a secure token. We are going to give it the token. So, and the my component and security fish. All right, we're going to go and add that. Then we're going to add the token. Need to all right, so now that is being added, you can get your token. All right, so we're going to fix this issue and we're going to go back and make sure that I can read it correctly. The token has been added. Name is maps. And just make sure that it's reading it correctly. So while it's doing that, let's look at the log. Yeah. So the error is all about the Mapbox token. So we're going to let it fix itself, hopefully. Let's update the component to proper user. I will modify the map component to handle the token fetching and map initialization. All right, so it looked like now it should be good. All right, so let's see. Let's take a look at the logs. ISIS is not configured. Just make sure. Oh, all right, let's fix this error. Let me figure out how to get this done and I will come back in a moment. All right, so now that we have that set up, we're going to make sure that we have a way to add new routes. So make the functionality to add new route for the logged-in user. So this functionality should allow the user to select a client from the database. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to ask to create a few customers on the database to make sure that we are having some customers that we can play with. So let's add that functionality. So he's thinking right now. While he's doing that, I want to take a look at the dashboard, and we're going to replace all of these at some point with real time data, but not right now. and definitely not in this video. We're going to go back to the routes. I'm going to select a customer, add dummy data, the database. Let's see if we can create some dummy data on the database. I really like the user interface here. All right, so it's creating that dummy data, and then we can apply the changes, send it to the database, and play with it a little bit. So we're going to apply the changes. And then we're going to request to watch that here. Right. You can now proceed. We implement testing. Okay. Add for the clients, jobs for user. Actually, on the pop-up, I can see any clients visit. So let's see if we can fix that issue really quick. It's thinking. We're going to let it think for a moment. Customer and then property. Okay. So let's see if that fixes the issue. I know I could have been a little bit better at providing some more information, but all right, so it says that it solved the issue. Let's see. Oh, it's reloading. Going to fix the error. And we're going to optimize this page and refactor it. So let's see. All right, so let's make sure. Okay. All right, we're getting an error again. We're going to fix it. All right, I will be back once it's fixed. All right, so it looked like now we are able to, let's refactor that, but now we're able to select customers. So we're going to let it refactor this, and we're going to go back and I'm sorry, I've been sick for the last few days. Should be able to, so it's not selecting customer. So and perhaps that's part of the issue is that we need to figure out how to implement. So on the pop-up, I select a customer. They need to be added to the route. On the map, I need to see my current location and the addresses at the route. Also, display statement of these addresses based on map data. Maybe that's too much to ask, but that's what we're going to be asking for. All right, so I don't even know what is creating. I need to store the route and the stops. Apply these changes. Allow it to go through. Through it. And we are going to, I wonder where this is. Oh, this is New Jersey. Cool. Should be able to go down Texas, which is where I am. But we will see how it goes. So right now he's still thinking and trying to process. So we're going to give it a minute and we will be back again. And we have made it to the end of this video. I really appreciate you taking time and watching this video with me. It's been 40 some minutes, so it's definitely a longer videos. And if you made it to the end, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. I really hope that this helped you visualize, number one, the opportunity that is available when you're using CodeGuide.dev. Number two, what is possible by using lovable.dev to build your startup, but more importantly, that your hopes and dreams to create software could be achieved by using artificial intelligence tools. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments below. I go through every single comment and I respond to all the comments left by the audience. Otherwise, and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything, but it helped me greatly. Thank you for watching and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Right now, I'm able to see my location in the map, at least my general location. So even though I'm not able to create new routes, I consider that this is outside the scope of this video. We were not building a route optimizer, but more we're trying to make sure that we added enough features so you can see how it works. Now, if you can recall, out of our initial prompt, the dashboard got created, the routes were created, and we had a list view. We had a non-functional new route button, and we had a profile page, all of it out of one initial prompt. I would say that for an MVP, that's a 75% solution. And from there, you could build a little bit more on top of what you already have. Now, could it have done a little bit better? Perhaps, but I think that we could also argue that by you writing your prompt, there would not have been that many pages created out of the initial prompt, or it would have been done incorrectly. And we have made it to the end of this video. If you're still watching, I really appreciate you taking your time and watching this whole video. And it sounds like you might have enjoyed this content, so please make sure you go down to the like button and smash that like button. It really helped me reach more people and help them learn about all these opportunities that are available using Lovable and CodeGuide and some other tools that we have coming up. If you like my content, please click subscribe. It's free and it doesn't cost you anything, but it helped me out a lot. Otherwise, thank you for watching and hope you have a great rest of your day.